I'm Katrina Delafonte, and today I'm here with upcoming artist Kregg. Kregg, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. We're excited to get to know you a little bit better and find out what you got going on. So,
well,
without further ado,
thank you for being here.
Yeah. So tell me what you got going on. What new projects do you have going on?
So, I released a debut single earlier this year in January. I'm working on an album and a few other singles with some other artists, like doing some collaborations. So I'm putting out quite a few songs this year, but focus on the album. Have 2 songs released thus far, and as we get them done, we're just putting them out.
I love that. I love that. So I like to get to know my artists a little bit more. Tell me where you're from originally.
So I am originally from Montucky. Helena, Montana, way up north in the freezing cold. I'm allergic to the cold, so I had to move to sunny Arizona.
There you go. And we're living through this heat. We're surviving through this heat.
Yes, I'll take this over 20 below though, any day.
Any day. No, for sure.
Digging cars out of the ice.
No, that's not it. So how long have you been doing music?
Since I was a kid, at least 20 years.
Yeah.
The first instrument I really learned was the saxophone in middle school.
Me too.
Nice. The sax. My dad's side of the family was very musical, so when we had family get-togethers, we'd have like jam sessions, like him and his brothers, and even my grandfather played the banjo, and him and his brothers played guitar and piano and stuff, and so myself and my sisters would sing along, and so we kind of got into music that way, just like from the family.
Yeah. Now you play guitar, so how long have you been playing guitar?
I would say 20 years-ish.
Yeah, so all about the same time, right? So it was just like you started with the sax, and then you just got into guitar?
Sax, I took a year and a half of piano. And then my dad got me, when I was in high school, he gave me my first guitar.
Yeah.
And he got my little sister a drum set, and I was really jealous because I wanted to be a drummer, which is why I started taking piano lessons, because they required 2 years of piano lessons to be a percussionist in the band. But I didn't make it the full 2 years, but I did take over my little sister's drum kit.
There you go.
So I started learning the drums at that time.
Yeah. So are you self-taught with guitar?
Yeah, for the most part. My dad showed me like the basic chords, like E, C, G, and A.
Yeah.
And then the bar chords, and then I would just follow tab or watch like videos, and just, pretty much self-taught. But it did help having my father there to learn from.
Yeah. So who would you say are your inspiration musically?
My favorite bands are probably the Beatles and Nirvana.
Yeah.
Are probably my 2 biggest inspirations.
So if you had to put your sound into a genre, what would you say it is?
I like alternative rock.
Yeah.
We are working on a bunch of songs this year. Some of them are like, one of them is kind of reggae-ish. One of them is like soft, kind of pop rock. Some of them are a little heavier.
Yeah, I do like that. I like the variation in your music. You know, I've heard a couple of different things, and there's a little bit of like a nuance in every type. There's a little bit of something different in every type, and that's pretty cool. I like that. You kind of keep everybody on your toes. There's a little bit of something for everybody. But I'm learning learning more about your music and hearing more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, what's next? Like, where do you see yourself like in the next year?
In the next year, I'll have the album out, and then I will start playing shows. As soon as I have the album out, I'm going to start playing shows and then touring like regionally in the Southwest.
Yeah.
So.
Very nice. So you just put out a video. Tell us about that.
We shot a video here in the Phoenix area. Bunch of different locations.
What was that? What was that song?
We have wheat fields outside of Phoenix, so a lot of people would be surprised. But
the name of that song?
The name of the song is Way Down, and you spell my artist name Kregg. which is a variation of my real name, which is Kregg.
Changing it up a little bit. Tell us about that song.
That song, it just came, like the verse and the chorus, like I got home late from work one night and I just picked up my guitar and it just kind of came out of nowhere. Say just marketing and getting it out there in a world where there's like, what, 100,000 new songs going on Spotify every single day.
Just a lot of competition, right?
Yeah, just being able to stand out, like just getting it out there, marketing, especially when like all you want to do is the music. The music business has changed quite a bit in the last 20 years.
For
so
sure.
I think independent artists, they have to do a lot more. So they have to do a lot. They have to, understand the business aspect and the marketing and all that. And so I would say for me, that's the biggest hurdle. Like all the other stuff outside of the music, because like you said, I could, like music is the main focus for me.
Yeah.
I would love to just record.
Yeah.
And play.
Have you performed live?
Yeah, I have not played these songs since the
Any of
first
your new
release in
material, right?
Any of the new material?
Yeah.
No, I've been in bands over the years.
Sure. Do you get nervous before you perform?
Yeah, like right before, but once you hit the first note and once I get into the song, then it just kind of goes away.
Yeah.
I would compare it to like if anybody's played sports.
Right.
You're like nervous before the game, but once you get in the game and you take your first shot or you get your first hit in with the pads, like those nerves just kind of calm down and everything kind of slows down and then you're focused.
Yeah.
On what you're trying to do. So
Yeah.
I would compare it to that.
I love that. Yeah. So, what would you say? What advice would you give to up and coming artists? They're starting out young. What's the first step? What's the go-to?
I would say work. Don't be afraid to put in the work. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is the precursor to success. There's like very, very few, if any, successful people out there that didn't fail a lot before they got to where they were. So you don't give up, persevere. It's going to be hard, but just embrace that, learn from it, and just try to take one step each day to get better at something. And if you can get disciplined, they say it takes like 2 weeks to develop a habit. If you can get disciplined in whatever it is you're doing, I think over time things will materialize. Perfect.
Well, I wanted to thank you for, again, taking the time.
Thank you.
For those of you watching, there are 2 songs right now that are released. One is Way Down, and the other is
Nothing to Prove.
Nothing to Prove. So they're available on all the streams?
Yeah,
all the
streaming platforms. So Spotify, Apple Music,
Very
YouTube.
good. Yep.
All of them.
And again, it's Kregg. And you guys make sure you check it out. We're going to see you soon. I know we're going to hear from you soon. And thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
I'll have a few more songs out in the next month or so.
Nice.
Yeah, stay tuned.
All right, we'll look for that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much.